And I'll have
Right,
the
I should
other
probably open
upload up
Roll20.
soon as well. So,
That's good.
eventually.
There is no rush.
Okay.
So, last we left off, you all had unfortunately been assigned roommates at first inn you came across, and very few people were happy about this. I think you were more displeased than Victor had to interact with Fern, and for some reason did not enjoy this, unlike
I
everybody
wonder
else.
why.
I wonder why. Other people were more tolerating of it. Soot, I think, was unhappy, but most people were just straight chilling. Cal drank powdered milk, um, which
They sure did.
sure did happen.
Soot was mad he didn't get his own. He had to pay money to spend in the same room as other people. He's like, you're gonna make
Huge
us
L.
all pay, all of us, to be in one room, which you would have spent for one person to buy a room. That's cheap.
To be fair, it is their biggest room.
Yeah, but still.
It's a fair discomfort to have. The next morning, well, I swear to God, if this cat jumps in the fishbowl and gets his recent surgical wound wet, we're gonna have a problem.
Is there a way to put him in a different room? Like the bathroom, maybe?
I
Because
think
that
he
might.
would destroy our bathroom with his rage. But anyway, the next morning, you all unfortunately had to sit at the same table and continue to talk to each other, which for some of you was fine as you enjoyed a nice frothy glass of milk, and for others, Victor, was less fine because you had to continue talking to Fern, which was annoying to you and only you for reasons indescribable. But as you all were eating breakfast, a carnival barker came in and had an awful lot to say about joy and excitement to be found at the wondrous Umbra Carnival. And you, um, some of you were taken in by his spiel, some of you less so. Some of you agreed to indulge him, maybe because he had a great pair of tits, who's to say. But you all eventually, and with some not insignificant persuasion, decided to attend the carnival that day, which was sort of on the outskirts of town. You all went. You played carnival games. You challenged Madame Mask in her game of guesswork and observation. You played darts. Two of you absolutely destroyed at King of the Carnival, which was Narthy's game, and he was very impressed. Very impressed.
As he should be.
A few of you went to speak to a fortune teller who, you know, whether or not they were bullshitting you, definitely did say some shit that maybe some of you would have rather not heard, or maybe it was confirming what you wanted to hear. And as you all sort of made your way through their little traveling zoo, I guess I can put you back on the actual map now.
Oh, yeah, I need to build Roll20. Shoot.
Roll20 is recommended because I did
Excuse
make
me.
a fucking map for this game.
You did.
Against all odds.
You did it. Congrats.
I did it.
Good job.
Don't expect, just to be clear, do not expect this behavior to continue.
Nah.
Fair enough.
We
I
can
am
deal with
not-
squiggles.
I am not a map maker by trade. I am, in fact, a theater of the mind bitch. You guys were exploring these traveling zoo, admiring the various and sundry creatures to be found within, some more exotic, some less so. Absolutely no zebras to be found.
No.
No zebras. I have learned from Jamie's mistake. Some birds, quite a few birds, really, of various origins, both extremely exotic and less so. But all birds are good birds, right? Surely.
And
They are.
depends on your point of view, I suppose.
Depends on your point of view.
All
there
birds
was
are
one,
rat
like,
bastards, and that means that they are good.
all birds are good. Remember this one. And
Some
They do
birds
not,
are
however,
sad.
abide by human morality.
they do not abide by human morality, but that one is, well, very few things do in the end.
Many
But
birds poop on your shoulder.
birds can, will, and must poop on your shoulder.
Yep.
So,
I would prefer they did not, to be
as
honest.
some of you are sort of on the inside of the zoo, sort of towards the back, and others are just getting there and watching a Panache man, who is a gentleman with extremely large ears, flipping and doing tricks and flying outside of the entrance to the zoo. We ended last week with a crash and screaming and a great commotion from others within the zoo area and quickly spreading to the rest of the carnival because a lot of people screaming tends to draw attention.
Boom, crash, sound of my heart.
Exactly. So, there's screaming. What do you do? I believe Aya and Victor are together at the birds, and then everybody else I think was at the fortune teller, so everybody else is outside. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah,
I think
more
so.
or less. Yeah, that's
Sounds right.
Okay.
I think Aya at least definitely wants to check out what the fuck happened, at least in here.
Yeah. So, anybody who wants to can make a perception check for me.
Even the ones not inside?
Yes, because everyone will be able to see something. Whether or not it is what actually happened remains to be seen.
Ooh. Rolled high. Let's see, what is my
Drop
stats?
your things in the Roll20 chat
Give
so
me
they're all in
1
the same
second.
place. Victor, God bless you. Aya, God bless you.
Oh, wait, hold on. Dice.
I
Dice?
need to figure out where my perception thing is. Hold on. Perception. Oh, I have a -1 to that.
I
That's
love
nice.
the contrasting energy though between Victor and Aya.
Duality of queers right there.
I have a -1. Keep that in mind.
I'm impressed.
Oh
I really
my
am.
God.
Genuinely.
Ooh, uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
That's not...
Oh.
It's not good.
Okay.
It's more than 10.
So, Victor, you hear this crash and it instantly puts you on edge, but through the chaos of there's a dozen plus people between you and the source of the sound, you can't pick it out, and there's just too much going on. Now we'll go in ascending order. So, your friend and Hal, you both notice, in addition to the screaming, that people are surging towards you, out of the zoo, away from something. So you notice this, and you also notice that between sort of the legs of the people stampeding towards you, look and you can see a fallen, like the entire cage has tipped over onto the ground of one of the larger cages situated in a wagon, and whatever creature was inside it, you assume must have escaped. Aya, not only, with a 27, not only can you see that it is the baby dragon cage that has tipped over and escaped that people are fleeing from, and people are fleeing deeper into the zoo towards you as well, but the majority of them are going out towards the exit. Not only can you see that it's the baby dragon cage and you see the baby dragon, you also see that the lock on the cage is open and it doesn't look broken, but the cage is tipped over and the dragon is out. What would you all like to do?
Cal's gonna head towards the noise.
All right. At this point, I'll have you guys roll initiative just for the sake of
turn order.
having.
Do there seem to be like handlers or anything, or any way to get creatures that should actually be restrained?
The gentleman who had been flying outside earlier has landed. Aya, you can see that he has landed and is trying to shove his way towards the source of the commotion, but he is very, very small as a person and is struggling to make any headway through a crowd.
Yeah, okay.
I got another 18.
And you should be able to put your things onto the turn order, hypothetically.
Let's see.
I rolled the same dice roll as both times. Just sad.
Cursed.
I rolled different numbers. Sorry.
Uh,
I rolled...
Victor does kind of like lean over and be like, "Do you see what's happening?" Like to I like.
Victor, no idea what's going on. Just like, people are running.
Dragon's out. Cage is knocked over. Maybe was let out?
No. I see.
And with that, Aya, it is your turn to take action. If you would like to take action at all.
Can I see anything that might possibly be able to be used to restrain said small dragon?
Apart from the cage that is there, looking around, you do see sort of looped around one of the wagon handles. There is a long length of rope that is sort of coiled around. You could grab that if you like. There doesn't look to be anything that's like, here's a net just in case any of our creatures get out, but there is a rope that might have been used.
But a rope could potentially try and get its muzzle so that it cannot bite or possibly breathe fire or whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever dragons do.
I think you should
What
try
the
and
fuck it
lasso
is
the
dragons do?
dragon.
I need to find a little token for this little guy.
Creature.
This is the token I'm using. No, I can't. Yes, I can. It's perfect. I love him. It's just a little lizard token. But
Excellent.
It is... Here, hold on.
Fantastic.
I need to make him... I need to expand him.
It has the same
That's
energy... That has the same energy as using, like, those little plastic figurines of animals instead of actual tokens on a D&D map.
That you might think that is the energy. So, just for the sake, even though this isn't really actually... We can arrange this. I'm going to put you guys in some places sort of up here. Where the wagons are, kind of where cages and other situations are. And there is a little guy, just big boy chilling. And there are a lot of people around, but I'm not putting a bunch of tokens on the map.
Yeah.
Just assume there are people.
Assume there are people. Aya, you see the rope, you see the dragon. What do you do?
Lasso the dragon.
I'm very quickly checking on it. Okay, so That ability isn't relevant for a hot minute. I just wanted to check when it becomes. Well, first of all, does the dragon seem aggressive or does it seem more puzzled?
It seems make a sense motive check on the baby dragon.
Sense that
Sense
dragon.
its motives.
Sense the dragon's motive.
What's that little guy got to think?
What's man's thinking about?
What's going on in that little brain of his?
And it is
So
small.
apparently, first of all, I'm keeping these dice. Nat 20 for 26.
Okay.
Nice.
Joe, I need to turn my camera on so you understand this.
Hold on, let me get back to Discord. Let me get my phone open then.
Okay.
Ah, no, not you. Your YouTube. Discord.
Okay. I cannot stress this one enough. You make direct eye contact with this little guy. There's nothing in there. There's nothing behind those eyes. This is the stupidest lizard you've ever seen in your life. It is absolutely stance, and it is looking around, but there's nothing going on behind there. You could probably shake it and some coins would fall out of its head before a brain cell did. Like, it is nothing.
I love it. Oh.
That's just a boy. Him.
He must watch the cat TV.
Yeah. His dinner.
He wants.
He wants snack.
So what would you like to do?
She's gonna get grabbed for the rope, but she's not gonna use it immediately. Instead, I think she's actually gonna try to approach and, as non-threatening as possible, just try to.
Are you
Try
trying
to get something to focus on that isn't, oh god, sensory overload, because there's so much going on.
Just remember, I do need to roll lizard initiative.
She might help to roll lizard initiative.
Lizard initiative is necessary for this procedure.
Who would want to
Lizard did
kill a
well.
baby
Also,
dragon?
Rocket of Fire, all I'm thinking of with that description PK gave is, oh, it's Giant Enrique.
Oh, God.
The lizard has tied with Victor.
Oh no.
So you're going to try to do a rope moment.
At what moment?
Are you trying to tie it, or are you just trying and interact with it?
Just try and interact with it, just to give it something that isn't lots of movement, lots of color, lots of screaming.
All right, then give me a handle animal check.
Yes.
Is that under A or is that under H in this? Who knows? Okay.
Clown horn.
Honk, 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 honk,
He's
honk.
got the fucking clown horn.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
Okay. So I keep my window open, right? I'm right on the street. And someone just apparently rode by with a fucking clown horn.
It's one of the clownies running away from the dragon, that's all.
Yeah, there is a clown screaming and honking as he runs.
I'm glad I could contribute to the aura.
Oh,
my God.
I am so into this roleplay now. We're so immersed.
Oh my God.
Also, how close are you getting to the lizard?
Not within biting range. Probably get maybe about 10 feet back from it at most.
Okay.
Not within bite range until she's sure it's not about to surge and try to bite.
Fair enough. All right. Did you make a number? No. Number's
15.
wrong. 15? All right.
Yes.
So it's looking at you more than it's looking at the things around it. But there are a lot of people around. So,
Yeah.
is that your turn?
I would say so. I'd say she's sort of being careful to keep the movements fairly solid. Maybe swish the skirt a little bit, just says, hey, look at this movement, not.
What a pretty little skirt. Poncho, what the fuck are you doing? So it's your turn.
Poncho's committing crime.
Ahaha. I am new to Pathfinder, but we'll see how this goes.
Everyone is new to Pathfinder. That's the beauty of it.
Yeah, well, I'm also trying to. I don't have my thing up with because of the character sheet. It doesn't show me how many. Do I need spell slots? Is my question. First of all,
You do need spell slots. You have spell slots.
they are not listed on the sheet, so it confused me. But I assume I only have like 1 or 2 first level spell slots. So
Let me just check for you.
that's
You
the
have
one.
3 spells per day. 3 first level spells per day.
Okay,
Level 1.
gotcha. What's he gonna do? Is he gonna?
At the moment, you can't see Lizard. You could get in squeezing past.
Can he just like poke? Yeah, he kind of wants to like poke his head around to see what is going on at the very least.
Okay, go
How much
for it.
movement would that take? Like he doesn't necessarily want it to see
If
him.
you just want to like pop like right there, you can peek around the corner of the shore.
Sure. He'll move. I think that's 15 feet or 10.
Yeah.
I think it's 10. Yeah,
All
almost
right.
10 feet. Take a
So
look. See.
as people are sort of pushing past you, you manage to get a better look, and you do see the tipped cage. You see the baby dragon. You see the sign for baby dragon. Sort of falling off the edge of the cage now that it's tipped off the fucking wagon. And you see that while it is does currently seem to be fixated on Aya, it is flicking its tongue, swaying its tail back and forth. It doesn't like the situation that it's in currently.
Mm-hmm.
Sway my
Wow.
tail back and forth. Sway my tail back and forth.
Okay.
Yes,
He's moved.
exactly.
He's moved 10
Sorry,
feet.
I'm just like this.
God bless.
God fucking bless.
This is how my brain works.
Movement. How much movement do I have? Speed 30
should
feet.
have
Okay,
30.
we're good. We're good. Gotcha. He's gonna go. Can he like hide behind this card over here?
You can, yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to go ahead and make a stealth check?
Yeah, I think so. Cause he doesn't necessarily have anything. He's like, oh shit, that might be an actual baby dragon. Maybe I don't think I can handle fighting that. Oh, stealth was bad. Hold on, let me see what his actual stealth is. Oh no, stealth. That would be an 11. Nocturne, we switched numbers.
Numbers.
Now you're gonna get an 18 this next time.
I hope so. I'm fucking better.
All right. Is that your turn then?
Yeah, probably.
All right. What's Victor's dex?
Victor's dex is a +2.
Okay. Victor and the lizard are tied. I will let Victor go first though because player superiority.
Thank you.
Nice.
Players are better.
Players are better than this lizard.
Oh, jeez. Don't mind me.
So where is the cage?
So I'm gonna bless you all with my art skills. Hold on.
Oh,
Fantastic.
I need a silver.
I love
There we
PK
go.
art. It's so good.
Just all right. We are the okay. Little guy is here. It's this please. No, okay. It's this wagon right above him that the cage tipped off of. The scale is bad. And also the angle is not even a little bit correct. So this is the cage. But the door is on this side of it. And that's how I was able to see that the lock is open and not broken.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry to derail slightly, but I want you all to see this singular picture on this blog that followed me. This is the one
Oh my
post.
god. Oh,
Safe for
God.
work.
Safe for work.
Safe for work.
God.
All right. Would I be able to get past here and sort of move the cage sort of that direction? So that way the open door is a little bit closer to where the lizard is.
Make an athletics check for me.
Athletics? There's no athletics.
Oh wait, no, that's a fucking Pathfinder thing. I'm ashamed of myself. Make a strength check for me. Or that's not a Pathfinder thing. Yeah, just make a straight strength check for me. There's no athletics. I can't believe I am using 5th edition skills in this game.
That's
Despite
12.
Dare you?
12?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. So the cage is actually made of fairly light material. Like it's not a super sturdy cage that you might expect. It's not shoddy, but it is. You weren't sure if you were going to be able to push it, and you definitely can. And so now I need to move my beautiful artwork without fucking anything else up. I think this will also move the lizard, but I'm going to move the lizard back in a second. So you're pushing it
Probably
there
only
where you want
15
it?
feet. Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. I will put the lizard back here. You are now right in front of the lizard, and you did just move a big heavy thing in front of it. I'm very sorry.
Oh.
Do I still have things I can do?
You do. That was your movement.
Yeah.
But the lizard doesn't look happy, I'm telling you that.
Cool. Can I just fucking scoop it like the football and throw it in the cage?
Scoop?
Scoop like
Okay,
football!
here's the thing. Yes. However, this will be considered a grapple check.
Yes.
No.
And I've mentioned grapple checks before, right?
Yeah.
So,
Oh
let me post the flow chart.
Let's get flush already.
no.
As we see on round 1,
Jesus Christ.
Parker, you can back out of this now, but if not, we're committing to it fully.
Can I, instead of grappling, fucking kick it like the football into the cage?
Instead, kick it like the football. I'm giving you opportunity to get out. Oh, hold on. The cat just took his cone off. 1 second.
Oh no. Boy, he did not want to be in the shame cone.
Does anyone want to be in the shame cone?
No,
No.
but it's for their own good.
If I had a second, you could have let me wait till I could shove it, probably with just wind.
God.
Yeah,
Fucking
but at the same time, it's about to bite me, and I do not have the HP for that.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
We are but slices of bread. We don't have much HP.
Also,
Okay.
this is the most Victor thing that could possibly happen right now.
Freaks out a little bit. You're about to bite me.
Hey.
Kicks.
Oh, she's not freaking out. She's doing this in a very like, okay, push it and kick.
Yeet. This bitch empty. Yeet.
Okay.
There's no thoughts behind those eyes. God.
Also, I think I'm gonna send to the other chat.
Oh, I wish we could do grapple. I want to see it happen. I'm gonna. That would be so funny, but it would take so long.
You're gonna
Hello.
gonna start grappling?
I'm gonna start
Hello.
grappling with my fucking sorcerer. Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah, Soot's not holding anybody.
No, he will
I
die.
mean, Cal at one point will probably end up grappling something.
Hello, PK.
So,
Welcome back.
You back, PK?
I am back. I put the cone back on the cat because he is high enough to just let me do that.
That's bless.
He's very confused about his
Aw.
position in life right now. So, you are going to kick the lizard like a football. I would like you to make an attack. You can use either your dexterity or strength modifier because it counts. An unarmed attack counts as a light weapon.
It will be my dex.
Okay.
You kick minute?
And you'll
But
just-
also, do not tell me this doesn't track for Victor.
This does track for Victor. I am a little obsessed with her.
Okay.
Nat, 18 on the dice for +2, dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You kick the lizard.
Yeah, that's what I was literally thinking. I couldn't remember how to spell the name.
You kick the lizard, the baby dragon, rather, and roll 1d3 or 1d6 divided by 2.
1.5, technically.
Okay. It is non-lethal damage.
Yeah, I'm
Because-
not trying to kick this lizard to death.
I mean, all unarmed attacks are non-lethal unless you are special, like a monk.
Fair.
Hi.
There is a monk there. So 1 point of damage. And you kick this lizard. The thing
Like
is,
football.
I need you to think about this with me for a second, Parker. You see the
Okay.
angle Victor is at in relation to the lizard.
Listen, I was hoping it could be like a scoop kick.
It can be a scoop kick.
Also,
It will just be
question.
moving there because you are in
Hey,
the
that actually works to me. Is this the door of the cage?
Yes, that is the
Yeah.
door of the cage. It is not.
That works to me.
Unfortunately, it is now the lizard's turn unless Victor has anything else to do.
Do you have any movement left that you can use to get out of?
Does not.
Nope. Resistance is a standard action.
No.
Fight.
Biting
This
chomp.
is the most Victor thing she could do, though, is the thing.
It is very Victor.
No, I don't have an active bonus action for me right now, I'm sorry.
All right. It's the baby dragon's turn, and someone just kicked it. So, Victor, what is your AC?
Like, normal AC?
Yes, your normal AC.
15.
15. So the lizard rolled a 9 to bite you, so it does not succeed. But it does whip around and try to clamp its jaws down at you. And Parker, you remember what I told you earlier about this lizard?
Yeah.
Now that you're up close and personal with it, it just confirms more. You're like, okay. Especially when it failed to bite you, you're like, okay. But it does not succeed. but it is going to try to run. What is this creature's speed? 30 feet. So, tried to bite, failed.
So as it moves through one of my threatened squares, can I?
You sure can.
I also attempt to help it, like, kick it back into the cage.
Yes. Well, you can.
Now, as an
Back to the
attack of
cage.
opportunity, I do have a question for you.
What about an attack of opportunity?
I assume I can't bull rush as an attack of opportunity.
You cannot unless you have a feat that lets you do it.
Let me
Which I
just check
don't.
the feat I have.
I don't think your feat does that.
Wouldn't it be funny if it did?
It would. I'm pretty sure the feat you'd be looking for is actually called Improved Bull Rush, though, so,
Which I do not think I count as having. No, it is. I can do it even if I do not have improved bull rush. Okay.
yeah. So,
Um,
both
gonna go for.
attacks. Which, Victor, I'm
This
assuming
is
you're
gonna
not
be a
pulling your weapon.
backward the folded fan because yes, unarmed would be a stronger hit, but this is gonna be kind of trying to wrap it on the nose of the folded fan to disorient it enough.
Okay. So you're going with non-lethal again.
Absolutely non-lethal.
Okay.
21.
Hits. Yeah.
For 5 points of bonk damage.
Man.
Because I either want its attention on me or I want it.
Alright. Parker, did you roll?
14.
14? Just misses.
Damn.
Pause
I'm
while I
hoping to
remember how
get
do reverse math.
enough time to bull rush it to try and shove it into the cage.
Alright. After you attack it and it's sort of pinned in, there is a fence here. I don't have it on the map. It sort of whirls around and
Yep.
hisses at you. But that is the lizard's turn. Your friend.
Hello.
Hello. What would you like to do?
Have I seen the lizard?
You haven't, but there are people talking now that they have passed you and they're screaming that the baby dragon is loose.
Oh.
This is a somewhat unfortunate event. I'm sure people are displeased.
People are upset about it, to be sure.
I don't know what. I want to see it.
All right, you can go ahead and move on in there if you'd like.
Is this I can see it?
Yeah, you can see it. You can see it.
There's nothing I can do with. I don't have anything that I can actually use right now.
That's okay. There's a lot of
Genuinely.
people panicking around you, including the Penati, the man with the very large ears, who appears to be I don't have a token for him, so we are just gonna make a little circle.
Can I also see that the baby dragon's just chilling, or should I make a sense motive?
You can make a sense motive, yeah. The little blue circle is the Penati.
That's a 15 for the sense motive.
15. So this dragon is first of all more confused than anything else because it does not have the brain cells to comprehend its current situation, but also it feels threatened and it is scared and angry.
Oh, because kicked it.
The defensive behavior is way on the uptick. And this little blue circle next to you is sort of flapping up and down, sort of wincing and oh, don't move it, don't move it,
Uh-oh.
trying to call to the people who are interacting directly with the dragon. But this is the gentleman who appears to be part of the circus and maybe even the handler for the zoo.
He just gets like a
So, quick
hand
question.
wave, like a hand wave in return from Victor. Like, shut up.
Quick question for schematics. So you said there's a fence about here. Is there space under one of these that it could potentially bolt to? Or,
You will have to find that out either on your next turn or its next turn. Nocturne, is there anything else you would like to do?
Can I be a calming presence?
You can. Would you like to make a your friend check to the
I
gentleman
would I
next?
would love I would love to make a your friend check.
Please make a your
Can I?
friend check.
What the
Oh
I
boy.
what number is that? I can't actually tell. That's a fucking 1. Are you kidding me?
No!
I'm like putting this dice back.
The
Oh,
dice goes
One
away.
plus 9 is a 10. So
A
I guess
10.
I can't. I'm not friendly. I don't know.
He seems like he honestly just doesn't hear you because he's so fixated on the dragon incident playing out in front of him. It doesn't seem like he's put off by you. He just straight up is not listening.
Fair. Fair and expected. Okay.
Yep.
Then I next turn, I
All
guess.
right.
Everything I have is up close and also lethal, and I don't want to do that, so
That's fair. I'm sorry.
it's okay.
Next is Cal's turn.
Cool. I am going to move my full 40, which
Yep.
puts me about there. And
okay, good.
in Draconic, just very, very soothing, like mostly nonsense, just like, hey buddy.
Draconic baby talk?
Yeah, like, hey buddy, you're okay. It's okay, come on. Just calm down. We're just here to get you back in your cage, okay? Come on.
Make an animal handling check.
Thank God, I'm good at those.
Oopity.
That was what I was aiming for. Thank you. Let's go with this die. So that's a dirty 20, and I just yeeted one of my dice into the fucking void.
I'm
Oh,
proud of you.
Oh no!
There it is. Okay. But dirty 20.
20, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. More
Just
so,
trying to soothe this baby.
more so due to the soothing nature of your words and the calm tone and the even motions that you are sort of doing in front of this baby dragon, than to what you are actually saying, or indeed if it is listening to what you are actually saying or can understand it.
It's all nonsense. It's
It is
just for the tone.
it is just sort of, it had been hissing at Aya, and as you speak, it sort of goes back. The tail thrashing slows down, and it turns its attention away from Aya, and it's looking at you, and it does seem calmed a little bit. It does still seem like if people come close to it, that it is not going to be happy, but it does seem calmer than it was a second ago. It doesn't seem liable to reach out and attack immediately.
Everyone just stay calm. That's in common.
All right. Good. Anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
No, I think that's gonna be it.
All right, good turn. Aya, to answer your question, if you take a minute to glance down, it looks like there totally are not a ton because the fence goes around most of the way, but there is like a gap here under this wagon specifically that it could go for. It doesn't seem to have spotted it yet, though.
Okay. Um. Did I actually get this bitch rations? I
It-
had to have, right?
I'm sure you can say you have rations. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm going to assume you have rations unless stated specifically otherwise.
She's gonna reach sort of into. It's probably a lined pocket. And is gonna pull out some of the sort of jerky meat from one of the rations, get a bit low. She's not trying to make herself seem big. She's not trying to get low, offer it out in a hand, and start sort of trying to coax it this way towards the. She is aware that she did hit it, but she's also going. I don't really. Trying to tie it will make it worse. Trying to shove it will make this worse. So let's be nice.
Make an animal handling check.
So that guy's is going to EBDB.
What'd you get?
4.
Oh, it does not like you. It
Yeah.
does not want to hear your shit. It doesn't want your shitty rations.
Have a nice day. So would that have been an action to attempt that?
Yes.
Okay. Which means I think acknowledging that, she's gonna still sort of tucking close to the tent, so not getting directly closer to it. Gonna move so that she can sort of attempt to block off this exit, this hidey hole that it could use.
Fair enough. All right. Is that your turn?
Yeah, I think that's.
All right. So
So I had. How far away is he from this thing? Oh, it's within range. Cool, cool, cool. He'd like to use detect magic to see if this thing is like actually a dragon or not. It says one standard action, range of 60 feet.
yeah, go ahead and you can cast that. And on the first round, it detects the presence or absence of magical auras. You
Hmm.
I'm just thinking about something.
Yep.
Can you make a charisma check for me, not for the spell specifically, but just to see if you can tell the difference between something?
1 second.
Just because of your angle.
Ooh, that's not bad. Charisma check, so the straight
Yeah.
modifier. Let me see. What's my charisma? It's a +4, so that would be a 19.
19. All right. While there is definitely a magical aura between you and your target, there ain't shit coming off of his lizard.
He's gonna pause for a moment and then just kind of relax, and then he's gonna move around the back of this thing here over to the cage. And like, well, that's just a lizard. No need to be frightened of it now. Just pick it up.
What? Do you think I really would have kicked a dragon? Come on now.
All right. So
The answer is yes.
One day when Victor kicks a dragon, it's gonna be all over.
We're just gonna die.
Yeah. Please, can Victor kick a dragon?
Victor can, should, and must kick a dragon. But Ryan, is that your turn?
I'm thinking of a very specific dragon.
Yeah, that's probably all he's gonna do. He's just gonna be like, that's a fucking lizard. That's just a fucking lizard, guys.
That's just a fucking lizard. Fire. If Victor kicked that dragon, good God.
I mean, it would be an experience.
It would be an experience. Victor, on that note, it's your turn.
Sorry. Still need to get used to responding to that name.
Mood.
Victor is just sort of going to come up and over. Hold an action to shut the cage.
Okay.
When and if somebody gets it in there.
Okay.
If that is all right.
That is very good. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a ready to action, and with that will take us, if that's all, that will take us to the lizard's turn, and it is just a lizard. A lizard with wings on it, to be sure.
Mm-hmm.
But once Soot sort of calls out, well, that's just a lizard. You can take another look at it, and Cal in particular looking at it, you're like, yeah, no, you're right. That is just a lizard.
Yeah.
But
Fair
the
enough.
the draconic baby talk did work. Maybe more because it was baby talk than because it was draconic. But the lizard does not like Aya.
Yep.
Doesn't really like anything else that's happening here. And can't get through the fence anywhere. So it is just going to sort of shuffle this way, but not move any closer to anything. And if the lizard is readying an action to bite, that's the lizard's business.
Chomp.
Um,
Chomping, killing, violence.
Chomping, biting, violence. Your friend.
Hello.
Hello.
I can't grab the lizard. Guess I will.
Your strength is like a 5, right?
It's a 9.
Okay. Okay.
Pardon.
And the wrong person to grab the lizard, maybe.
Yeah. The gentleman, the carney is still definitely freaking out. If you'd like to talk to him again.
I would like to try again.
All right.
Please. And we're gonna roll
Go for
fucking different dice. Please.
Good dice.
Fucking kidding me. I rolled so 13.
13.
Which is a little better.
It was a low DC. The 10 would have done it if it hadn't been a 1.
Yeah, if it hadn't been a 1, yeah.
If it hadn't been a 1. So what do you do to this man?
I didn't think this far ahead. The problem with the character I built is that I have to be good at social interaction, something I am not good at. Did Fern hear what Soot called out? Or no?
That it's just a lizard, then yes.
I mean, oh yeah, but the guy fucking knows that, doesn't he? He works here.
He is the circus handler, yeah.
He's the circus handler. He fucking knows it's just a lizard. I, the player, don't know what to say, and Fern for sure does.
That's fair. Fern can even just come up to the gentleman, maybe lay a hand on his shoulder.
Do the smile thing.
Do the smile.
And just kind of a gentle reassurance.
A gentle reassurance. Whatever he says about how the situation is being handled, how there's no danger, and how the customers are mostly fled and it's going to be all right, whatever it is that they say. The gentleman turns to you. Right, I just,
All
it's
right,
not
it's all
supposed
right.
to be out of the cage.
I mean, most things in cages aren't meant to be out of cages, aren't they? It's
Oh,
all
very,
right.
very true, very true.
It's
I
all right.
just do be careful over there. It's all
Of
right. It's
course,
all
of
right.
course.
It's all right. It's all right.
It's all right.
It's all right.
All right.
Yes. You have successfully calmed the flying man. He
Yes.
will he sort of settles on the ground next to you.
Cool.
And
Not
it
gonna
is
try and
Cal's
catch
turn.
it? Okay.
Oh, sorry, if you had something else you wanted to do.
No, I was just saying, is he not gonna try and get the lizard? It's his lizard.
No, he is would you like to make a sense motive check on the man?
Yes.
Go
Actually.
make a sense motive check on the man.
19.
19. The man is scared of the lizard. He knows
Awesome.
damn well that it's a lizard and not a baby dragon. And this is his job. He is the handler. He is scared of the lizard.
All right. Okay.
Um,
It must have been
So-
hard.
that is what's going on there. Now it is Cal's turn.
Cal would like to move forward a little bit and then crouch down approximately in front of the lizard. And once more, they've also got some rations out, like some dried meat. They're once more baby talking the lizard. And are trying to get it to like move close enough that they can scoop it up and take it over to the cage.
All right. Make another animal handling check. You've got a circumstance bonus on this, but I will add that.
That was cocked. That wasn't very good. 11.
Plus 5 is 15, so
Okay.
that will do nicely. And the lizard seems to take, after having been kicked about very slightly there for a minute, seems to take this offering of food as the show of mercy that perhaps it is, and seems to be willing to be shuffled into the cage now.
Okay, yes. Cal will shuffle it into the cage now.
Shuffle.
Shovel, shovel, shovel.
It is in the cage. Victor's ready to action triggers, and you can shut the cage.
Can I just make sure the lock gets reclosed?
You can pop that lock back on. Really weird that it was open.
Do I notice now that it's not broken?
Yes, because you would be going to like try and secure the door. You're like, oh, the lock is fine. Weird. Okay.
Would Cal also notice that since they're like right there, having just put a lizard in the cage?
Yeah, go for it. Anybody who wants to be coming up on the cage at this point in time. And as the lizard is being shuffled in there, the little guy is now seemingly willing to come in back to the zoo. So if anybody wants to come in, I guess I should move Skylar in here as well. Whoops. Skylar can come over.
I know the lock isn't broken, but can I do a quick check to see if it was forced in any other way, like a lockpick, or?
You sure can.
Well, Victor's at that. Can I have a bit of a look around for anyone who's acting?
Outside of the zoo, you mean?
Anyone who's acting not in a sort of way that she's witnessed from this situation, because she knows we are the outliers.
Right. So most of the civilian, I hesitate to use the word civilians, most of the circus goers have exited the zoo.
Yeah.
So you can make a perception or a sense motive sort of outside. Victor, make a perception check.
Uh, 21.
21.
No, sorry, just 17.
17. That's
Uh,
just as
I,
that's
however,
just
do have a 21 perception.
all right. Drop that in the chat so I remember it. Victor got a 17,
Mm-hmm.
and you are looking um at the lock, and you said you were looking for signs of a lockpick being forced in.
Yeah.
You do see sort of around the edges of the lock. You're not well versed in what lockpick marks would look like. It is
Mm-hmm.
not your area of expertise. However, there does seem to be something just a wee bit fucky with this.
Okay.
Whether that's because a drunk person tried to unlock it with a key that was correct for it one time, or whether it was just now forced with a lockpick, you really couldn't say. But something's a little fucky. And it's not an absurd leap of logic to assume that because it was open and the lizard got out, something might have been done.
Yeah. She'll keep that in the back of her mind.
Joe, I asked you for perception. What I actually meant to ask you for was sense motive because I'm a dumbass.
You said sense motive or perception.
Or perception? Really? Okay, then I'm going to go by what I
Yes.
said a minute ago then. And in terms of perception, you see people sort of hesitantly gathering round the zoo, and the few people who are left sort of in this area sort of seeming relieved that it is back in its cage. A few who were close enough to hear shout that it's just a lizard seem kind of annoyed, maybe even a little pissed off. But that is what you don't notice anybody who looks like, wow, what a shame that my plot to release the lizard has gone wrong. Um,
Yeah.
Nobody's fitting that description. You do, however, see now coming in from the actual entrance to the zoo, so past your friend and Skylar, um, the woman who had been watching you play the carnival games earlier is storming in, not storming, aggressively marching in, um, and seems to be pissed about perhaps the fact that the lizard just got out. I don't have a token for her. I need to find her token. I did have a token for her. Give me 1 second. I just need any person. Give me any person. That is the wrong person. We're using the generic woman token.
Nice.
This is not what she looks like. She sort of moves in past your friend and says, Ferdane, what just happened? And the cowardly little man with his very long ears says, I don't know. The baby dragon got out. He sort of looks at Soot while he says this. He says the baby dragon, very deliberately,
Very pointedly.
very pointedly, very like, if you say it's a lizard again, I'm gonna get my ass handed to me.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
what do you mean it got out? Did somebody let it out? Was somebody fucking with a cage?
Let's guess, ma'am. Either someone did it intentionally with great dexterity, or they picked the lock open. It's not forced, but it does seem to be messed with somehow.
She looks at you and she nods and she says, I'm very sorry. I don't believe I've had the pleasure of making your acquaintance.
Victor's fine.
Pleasure to meet you, Victor. I am Almara de Listen. This is my carnival. I'm very sorry for the trouble that was caused by harsh look at the monitor lizard sitting in its cage, looking just as stupid as before.
Ain't no trouble, ma'am.
It was no fault of your own.
Yes, well, it still should not have happened, should it have, Ferdinand? And why weren't you in here watching it? And the man looks a little anxious. Looks a little bit like maybe he was fucking around outside the zoo instead of doing his job inside the zoo, and a little concerned about that. And he just sort of, well, and Almara, I'll put her name in chat. Almara just sort of shakes her head. She turns to the rest of you and says, again, my apologies. Free admission to the Big Top tonight for the show. If you'll excuse me. And walks out just as quick as she had walked in. Goes elsewhere.
Can I get a quick read on her?
Yeah, go ahead, make an insight check.
You mean a sense motive check?
Yes, I mean a sense motive check. God, I'm not a good GM, guys.
You're
hey, don't be mean to my friend. You're doing just fine.
It's a ha-ha funny joke. I can have my ha-ha funny jokes.
Also brain soup.
It's only a 12.
A 12. This woman is trying to run a carnival and a potentially dangerous animal. Monitor lizards are venomous. A potentially dangerous animal did just bust out of her zoo, so she's kind of pissed about it. Mm-hmm. That's what you get out of this one.
Yeah, fair.
Anybody else can also make sense motive.
I'd like to make one. I don't think Sid is particularly good at it, but we'll see. I say as I roll a natural 20, okay. What is his sense motive? Sense motive is a -1, so natural 20, but with a -1, so 19.
All right.
Well, I have a 25 for you.
God.
25, 19, 11. Okay, Cal, you get much the same as Victor. Fern, would you like to roll?
Sure. Why not, since everyone's in on the party?
Yeah, I just figured since everybody is, may as well.
Sense motive, right?
Sense motive.
25.
25. Nice. So Aya and Fern, I'll do Soot first. So Soot, because you have the nat 20 -1, which is really funny.
Yeah.
Not only is she stressed that a potentially dangerous animal has gotten loose in her circus, this does not feel like it's the only thing that's gone wrong today. This looks like one thing on top of another for her. And as she was rushing off, it looked like as long as this fucking clusterfuck was under control, she had something else to be dealing with.
Gotcha.
And Fern and Aya, you both noticed that as well. And you notice from her interactions with Ferdane, who is the handler, she seems almost like she was expecting this level of incompetence from him.
Another clown.
The clown cars are back. As a pile of clowns walk past, you do notice, like, she is, like, this is not the first shit show that has happened today. When she was talking with Ferdane, it was really like, oh, it would be you, wouldn't it? Of course, when some other shit happens, you're the one who let it happen. But ultimately, it didn't seem like it was holding great malice towards him. It didn't seem like she was thoroughly pissed. It seems like she is stressed.
Yeah.
She's not a malicious woman, from what you can tell. She's just distressed right now.
Where is she heading off to?
She is
Yeah, I was actually just about to ask that.
back off to the main way, or the main circus area, probably heading either back towards some of the behind. She's not heading towards the big top. She's heading maybe towards some smaller tents.
I don't want to follow her.
You can do that if you'd like.
Yeah, I would.
All right.
So it's gonna stay and look at the animals around here and see if any of them are magical or not.
Go ahead and keep scanning with your detect magic. And I will get back to you on that in a second. So Fern, you follow Almara down to the main circus area. The Carnival Midway is what it's actually called. You just sort of come up behind her, or do you just follow her? And are you
Follow
trying
her.
not to be seen?
Ideally, I would like to not be seen.
Then go ahead and make me a stealth check.
Or, well, it's less of like want to be seen and more of like don't want to be noticed, but that is also stealth.
Yeah, make a stealth check anyway.
18.
18. Okay. So she is coming down this way, and she is actually headed towards the gentleman you all were interacting with so much earlier, Narthi. And as she's going, she's not just sort of, after she left the tent, she sort of took a moment to stop, compose herself, and then as she was interacting with the circus goers around, she was very much like, oh, just one of our little acts got a little too scary for the audience, Oh, nothing to worry about, nothing to worry about, Baby Dragon made a few people jumpy, all part of the show. Very much smoothing things over with circus goers, trying to soothe tempers. Yeah, that's what she's doing until she gets up to Narthi, at which point she doesn't drop the sort of circus publicity demeanor, but she does sort of pull him aside for a little bit more of a private conversation that doesn't necessarily need to be so presentational, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Are you coming close enough to listen? Or are you...
Yeah, I'm not noticed at all, am I?
You don't appear to be.
I would like to listen.
Okay. Make a perception check to see how well you can make out their conversation.
17, I think. Yes, 17.
Yeah. So it's not like a super hush conversation. It's just sort of a low key.
On the side.
My computer, and hold on one second. Ow. Technology needs electricity or it will die. It's just sort of hushed. It's just trying not to draw the attention of anybody. Sort of in between rounds of King of the Carnival that Narthi is still running with the lion's head and the hammer. And she says, well, it's all taken care of, apparently. The strong man from earlier was there. It was, nobody got hurt, I guess, and the dragon is back in the cage. Just, people are already so, I don't know, I don't like it. And Narthi says, come on, it's a fun town. we're having fun. We're doing well. It's a good crowd. And she says, I just don't like it. It hasn't been. They don't like us here. And Narky says, it'll be all right. And after that, somebody seems to come up wanting to play the game. And Narthy steps forward in his showmanship way, demonstrating, how the lion will roar and all that, and offering the patrons a chance to test their mettle. And Almara sort of slips behind the tent and heads off.
Okay.
And then, 1 second, sorry, the cat is.
Boy, he must cause problems.
And they will be on purpose.
Exactly.
He is just a little man, so I don't know what you want from him.
You want him to behave. Sometimes. Other times he can do it.
Consider, he is a little man. He is a little creature.
He is a creature, but he should sometimes be calm. Like my boy who just naps over here. He just sleep so often.
It is very tiring being a little man.
Yeah.
Little
I'm
man is
sure-
a little bitch. Okay.
Oh,
Sorry about that.
you're
So,
good.
you were keeping your detect magic up.
Yes.
All right. So, there are no. And are you just staying in the area of the zoo, or are you just sort of scouting around?
He was specifically looking at all the creatures in the cages first
All
of
the
all.
cages?
Yeah.
Okay.
See if all of them are fake or if some of them are like real, genuine like creatures.
Well, some of them are not actually would you stop that? Sorry. Some of them are not actually advertised as magical creatures. Many of them are in fact just mundane. The baby dragon was sort of their biggest draw. But the sort of baby manticore that is sort of kept in a corner, mostly hidden from the public eye, towards the back, that's a baby manticore. That is a genuine baby manticore.
Soot looks extremely concerned and gets a little bit closer to the thing. That's
The Ferdane is sort of pacing back and forth inside this little area, and he's saying,
I do want to have a word with him at some point, just to interject. But
"Yeah, go for it."
as Victor comes back around the cage and very like dusting her hands off, and she's like, "Sir, you run the animals around here?"
I do, yes, I do. Although it sometimes feels like they run me, Where, I mean, you've just seen, but no, that's not a common occurrence. I assure you, it's very, very never happened before. Actually, it's a completely unique occurrence. Actually, completely unique occurrence. But I do, yes. I'm the Beastmaster, or well, you get the idea.
Are you done?
I'm very sorry, sir, ma'am, sir.
Sir.
Sir. Yes, I'm a little flustered, I'm afraid. It's not every day. Like I said, it's not every day. It's in fact never. Um, I'm sorry. Did you need something?
Yes, I was wondering who has a copy of the keys for each and every one of these cages.
A copy of the keys. I mean, myself and Mr. Leeson, really. Although really it's the same set of keys. We just sort of trade off when we need them. But I don't. I don't. I have the keys right now, and he reaches down and grabs a ring of keys off his belt.
Do you
Oh,
have
he actually
one?
still has them. That's impressive.
Yeah. Do you have one for the lizard cage?
He sort of almost frantically, as if he had not considered the possibility you were insinuating beforehand, pats through the key ring and feels around until he finds one that he looks at it and he nods. He's like, yes, it's right. It's right here. Right here. It couldn't have been. I should have been inside there with the. I'm meant to be inside, but somebody, just they offered me. They offered me a gold to put on a show, and I thought, oh, it'll draw attention to the zoo, and I get to fly around a little bit, show off a little bit, which I don't always get to do. But I thought
Can I roll a sense motive on this guy, just real quick?
you may roll a sense motive on this guy.
Victor, come on. 9.
Mm.
He is repeating himself and like sort of getting lost in what he's saying so much. You're not sure he knows what he's saying necessarily, but he seems to be telling the truth.
Right. Keep an eye on those rings and keep a better eye on the cages next time. And she is just going to, like, turn on one heel and head towards Aya.
Yes, sir. But I don't work for you.
Victor does not react to that. He's rambling, she's just listening to him very cool and calm, like, are you done? Are you done?
Yep.
Okay.
All right. He will sort of clear his throat. Poncho, could you please be a good little boy? I'm trying to play Dungeons and Dragons. I'm trying to make people find a path. Poncho,
Poncho's the
you are
lizard man.
a horrendous beast. What is wrong with you?
He is the lizard that got out the
What are
cage.
you
Baby.
doing, you fucker?
What are
Poncho,
you
I
doing?
can't hold you right now because you have surgical scars. You can't be doing shit.
He just want to move and wiggle.
He's very angry. Very, very angry. So, he, as after this interaction, he sort of seems to kind of be clearing his throat, shooing everybody out of the. Poncho, what the fuck? I'm ignoring him. Shooing everybody out of the zoo area so that he can double check all the cages and maybe start fresh. If you guys are willing to be shooed.
Yeah.
I also interrupted while Soot was looking at things to detect magic, and I'm sorry about that.
Right, detect magic, more detect magic shit.
Also, Fern would have returned to the group after
Okay.
listening.
Ren, I'm going to text you a couple things.
Hell yeah.
You guys can. Poncho, what the fuck? I need to get a video of this right now.
Well, what crimes is your little bastard nephew committing? Because I don't think he's your bastard son.
Not my bastard son, although I am his mother. It is a strange distinction. Okay, you guys can carry on how you would. I'm going to text Ren, maybe try to get a video of this.
Cal has just been feeding the lizard like scraps of meat.
Messages for only me. Do do. Oops.
Paying attention to the conversation around, but like.
Are we invested enough in the fact that this is clearly not the first instance of bullshit? Or do we just want to go about our days?
Jesus. Hold on.
You're okay.
What are you doing to my cat? Hi, cat. Fox, elf, come here. Oh. Hi, big boy. I have a moach. Would you like to see the moach?
Yes.
Yes.
A
We would
rare
like to see your
moach.
little creature.
A rare moach.
Creature.
He hates me so. Hi, big mams.
Moach.
It is a cat.
What you think? Yeah. Yeah, you don't like to be held. There he goes. And he's under my bed. Okay. Yeah. You go bye-bye. Bugsy, wait, come here. Come here.
Guys, I'm gonna send you a video and it is mandatory viewing.
Okay.
Watch it right now.
I'm watching it. Oh my god, Poncho.
He's so aggressive.
Awful Poncho.
That terrible cat.
Poncho, why?
Go crazy, go stupid, emphasis on the stupid.
I'm obsessed with the ending where he just falls the fuck off.
He
Yeah.
just shakes his head and he goes flying.
Still doing it. He's literally still doing it.
I can hear it.
Buddy, I can't grab you the way I normally grab you.
Mochi's making a game out of trying to get me to catch him when I want him
Shave
on
and feed him a little bit.
room.
Just a little bit, because he is not really permitted to eat much after surgery. But I guess he's eating now because otherwise he will hurt himself.
Oh.
Okay. So, that's really the biggest thing of note that you find, Soot.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I gotta look at the...
But you are all sort of shuffled out of the area, and it seems like the carnival is largely resuming business as normal. Although you do overhear some passers-by making comments about how unsafe it is, the way they're keeping those animals, and a very scant few making comments on, well, what am I paying for if it's not even a real dragon? But
What?
they're not, it's not the majority who seem displeased, but there are definitely a few people who are like, okay, what the fuck is this shit?
Mm-hmm.
And you are basically free to continue going about your day at the circus.
Yeah.
I am going to tell you now, there is like a big top show that you now have free admissions to, and there's a long spiel that I'm meant to read about it, and I am of the opinion that some of it is very racist, and I don't want to rewrite the whole thing, so if you guys go to the big top show, it is going to be truncated to, you guys go and enjoy the big top show, and it is not full of, like, Orientalism,
Racism.
stereotypes, and other bullshit.
Yeah, fair enough.
So, like, I'm just gonna let you know that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm trying to decide if Aya is invested enough in the bullshit that's going on to try and... Apparently she is, okay. Now the dice feels well.
Amazing.
Um,
Oh, there's also, sorry not to cut you off, there's also the lair of the Sphinx that you haven't been into yet, but...
yes, that is something else we wanted to.
Soot is going to, like, he hasn't necessarily been close to any of you guys, none of us have. We've literally just went to a show together and had breakfast. But he is gonna kind of, like, wander up to you. And... I don't know why... What would he say? Sorry, I'm trying to figure out what he's gonna say. My brain is jello.
I will mention for Fluff that basically since the conclusion of the debacle with the lizard, she's kind of got the fan out and is.
So that was a right mess, and I have a feeling these people aren't. Well, they must be hiding something else. Call it a gut instinct.
Mm-hmm. So why come to me about it?
He just shrugs.
Fair enough. Can't argue with that.
And with that, he's just gonna kind of look around a little bit and be like, kinda was interested in that Sphinx thing. Go take a look. I don't necessarily
Sphinx?
trust traveling alone now, after what happened. And this place apparently is known for its trickery a little bit. Can't say that's not normal for a place like this.
Yeah, the look you kind of get over the fan is just like, it's a carnival. Of course
Yeah.
it's. Poke around at the Sphinx and then see if we can't see what else might be going on.
He just nods. And he'll kind of like look back at the rest of the people that have been gathering.
Can I get a very quick vibe check on Soot?
Make yourself a sense motive, bud.
Sense my motive,
Nice.
if you can. Dun, dun, dun.
Poncho, you are the worst. Oh my word, little guy.
He's
What are you
monster.
doing? He spilled the fish food, is what he's done.
Oh
Oh no!
Hold on. Poncho, you literally cannot keep doing this. You are unwell.
15 on the dice for 21.
Those dang clowns again! What the hell?
I'm sorry. I have to leave my window
It's
open or my
okay,
room is
bro.
insufferable.
I'm sorry, I had to make the joke better.
You're good. You're good. Just it is a warning. You
Yeah.
will get noise from my end because I
It's
have to leave
okay.
my window open and I'm right on the road and also there's a highway about 150 feet away.
Oh, that sucks. Oof.
Yeah, so I'm on a side road, so I get random shit like clowns and also ice cream trucks.
That's so
I've never heard the clowns before, but an ice cream truck comes around pretty regularly.
The clowns are a nice break.
Yeah, the clowns are new. But I do. There's a lot of ambient car noises from the fact that there's a highway right over there.
Oh.
Apparently, I don't know what was up with the clown noises. Fucking weird.
God, it's so good. That was such good timing too. It's like we're in the fucking
Perfect timing.
circus, and there's just, oh my god.
Honk, 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 honk. Like what? I literally turned in my chair to look at my window like I was gonna be able to see shit.
Well, the immersion in this game is incredible.
To even come outside my window.
Whoa! How'd you get the budget for that, PK?
Actually, part of the like carnival soundtrack I had put on.
Yeah. God.
I am still cleaning up after that. I'm sorry, guys.
It's okay. You can't
You're
control
good.
the boy. He's too wild.
Spilled so much fish food.
Oof.
Oh no, and it's all so tiny.
Yep.
Is it the flake type
Yep.
food? Oh no, that's even worse. That stuff just disintegrates when you touch it.
Eat it.
Oh no.
Please don't.
Eat it like a vacuum cleaner.
Please don't.
Mm.
Poncho, why are you a nightmare?
Slurp.
Aren't you like? Wait, does he only have? Did he only have like the one surgery, or did?
I don't know, he had his balls cut off. I'm assuming that's one surgery.
Oh yeah, no, it is one. So you should still be able to like pick him up under the armpits.
I can, yes. But the problem is, his back feet are very dangerous tools, and normally when I'm picking it up, I yoink him.
Yeah, fair enough.
Look at this awful man.
Did they do his nails at his vet appointment?
I don't know. It doesn't feel like it. He's cut me up already tonight.
Rude boy.
Look how much fucking fish food this is.
Doubly rude boy.
Oh, naughty man. Oh, he does not regret it at all. Look at him.
A little bit. I need to like scoop it up somehow.
He's like, ooh, paper. I'll play with that.
Poncho.
Oh, he tried to eat it. Oh, little man. He sees the crinkling of paper and he's like, ah, yes, a toy.
I am fish. I eat the food.
Women want him, fish fear him, I guess. But
Yes.
Oh my god. Oh no, he keeps making a break. God, I love Poncho
worst
so
creature I've ever had the displeasure of knowing.
He reminds me of Mochi when he was a Bobby. Oh.
Just an awful little boy.
Yeah, he was just so awful. Heart eyes.
This is like my roommate's job acceptance letter because it is the only piece of paper I have available.
God. Oh, Ponch.
Okay.
Ponch.
So do I need to wait for PK to give me the results of the vibe check, or can I
I'm
ask
gonna
Ren?
have Ren tell you what Soot's vibe was.
What was the... What are you trying to
15
sense?
on the dice for 21.
What are you trying to sense from him?
Get a sense, I think, for why approached her instead of, say, Skylar or Victor. Like, obviously out of character, I know why you didn't approach Skylar, because there is no Jamie.
Yeah. That was the main reason, but like...
Okay, no.
There, you do get a sense that before he walked over to you, you probably saw something catch his interest in you. You're not sure what it is, but it kind of made him maybe think about something.
Yeah.
And that's why he approached you, probably. Doesn't seem to be anything nefarious, but...
Just an odd little something he spotted. Which, I am reasonably sure what he might have seen. Your boy is being... The bastard is being a criminal.
He's just gonna keep doing it. Oh my god! At this point... you just have to give it to him.
Already.
Here he goes again.
He wants the fish.
He wanted
Nothing.
so bad.
I'm supposed to eat very much tonight.
Do you think you
Nothing
could give
else?
him a little snack?
I did 5 minutes ago before he knocked the fish food over.
Oh my god. He regrets nothing.
Nothing will satisfy him but fish.
He's so fucking cute. God damn it. Oh, now you got him. Now he knows.
I'm gonna spread it out as much as possible so it takes him a long time.
Yeah, let him do.
Have fun, buddy. This is not my son. This is not my son. This is not my son.
You're just babysitting. It's fine.
Okay. What's you guys are did you want to see the Sphinx?
I think we want to see the Sphinx.
All right. We will say out of convenience then that there's a sign outside the Sphinx tent, which is actually this one right here, this A7.
Okay.
Outside on the front here that lists specific times that the Sphinx is accepting visitors, basically. And these for convenience sake, these times are right now and some other times during the day, but specifically right now.
Fair enough.
And there are 2 guards posted outside here and here. And are welcome to pay, I believe it's a copper to get in to see the Sphinx.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, it is a copper to get in to see the Sphinx.
Once I remember where on here the coins are. Yep.
And I'll just assume you all pay. As you walk in, you see, let me get a screen of lounging in the cage. This is a bad screenshot, but it's okay. You see lounging in the cage, inside the tent, sort of surrounded by cushions and silks and all manner of comfort, but still very much in the cage. You see a Sphinx.
Yep.
Sort of kept low light, shadowy amongst the folds of the tent. But she is there. She is quite large.
Is this a real Sphinx?
Make a nature check.
I would like to detect magic again.
I would also like to make a nature check. Can I also make a nature check?
Make a nature check for me.
I'm not good at this. That's a 4. Nope.
All right.
Dirty 20. No, wait, 19, sorry.
So, Fern, you know what a Sphinx looks like.
Looks like one.
It's Sphinx.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
All right.
Victor, dirty 20. You are not you
Poncho. Shakes fist at the sky. Boy.
Do you have something you? Do you have something you can potentially swaddle him in to keep him from getting up to mischief?
Sorry for the crinkles. I have candy.
I put him in my roommate's room.
Good.
Fair enough.
So he's not my problem right now. Okay.
Fair.
So, Victor, you've from what you've read in books and what you think you know about sphinxes, this is a fucking sphinx.
I sent you a message.
I will check it.
Shooter's definitely doing the magic detect again. Oh my god.
Detect magic. Detect magic. There is a lot of magic in this tent. There is a fuck ton of magic in this tent. This tent is oozing magic, which would make sense for a creature of this size and breadth of power. Parker, I just sent you a response.
Okay. Victor suddenly looks kind of upset.
Yeah. So the Sphinx is kind of just big chilling in there.
I think Cal approaches the cage and is like, "Hello, friend.
Hello.
Haven't had the pleasure of meeting one of your kind before."
I've had the pleasure of meeting many of your kind.
Fair enough. Calliope Jones.
Chersana.
Can you send that to chat?
Yes.
Woo.
She doesn't really look like she cares that you're here.
Yeah, that's fair. That's her prerogative.
I mean, she's the one stuck in a cage who's being
She's
forced to talk to random people.
She's just kind of lounging. Doesn't give a fuck.
Are there any carnival workers in the tent with us?
There are guards at the cage, like around the cage.
What kind?
Of guards?
Yeah. No, like, what are their races?
What are their okay? They appear to be. There are two of them in there. There appear to be um, two. They're both human. Had to look that up. They are both human. And just look like they're kind of big chillin' as well, but they are watching you all. And if Cal, when you got close to the cage, they were watching you more. I put Poncho in Madison's room because that little fucker would not stop. He knocked over the fish food, spilled fish food everywhere. He is. I even gave him more food, which I know I wasn't supposed to do, but he was like going fucking crazy. And so I put him in Madison's room, and I'm gonna feel really bad if he tears it up. But he was going to injure himself climbing on that thing, so that was my best solution. Yeah, that was all I could come up with at the time.
Wild child.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. No, I don't either, and he will probably kill the fish if we leave him out here. And kill the fish. And if he gets wet on his surgery, fish water, it would be no good. So yeah,
No, it would in fact be very bad.
yeah. Anyway, so that is why he's in the room right now, and that is why he will stay in the room. All right. Sorry, where did I leave off, gamers?
Cal was being watched quite closely at the Sphinx.
Yes. The guards are watching you just to it's not like they're mistrustful of you. They just look like they're watching you. Because if you do anything, they're right there, and they want you to know that they know that.
Yeah.
But
fair enough.
How do I feel getting looked at?
you know, you feel normal in your normal way.
In my normal way.
In your
Okay.
normal way.
Okay. I don't know if I like that in this situation, to be perfectly honest.
She smiles
I,
at
as a
you.
player, Fern is chilling.
Yeah.
Okay.
She smiles at you.
Okay. I smile back. Okay. I am not fucking approaching.
Good.
I think Aya will give a little half bow and approach just a bit. I still can't actually remember what the draw of the Sphinx was, besides it's a fucking Sphinx.
Yeah.
I know that was the draw of the Sphinx. Apparently, she's part of the Big Top show in the evening as well, based on hearsay. But when you see her during the day, it's pretty much, come look at this fucking Sphinx we got, y'all.
Yeah, I think
Fair
the
enough.
draw for the party was just like, there's a fucking Sphinx. What? That's weird.
How strange.
For the rest of the party, Cal looks blithely unconcerned by both the Sphinx and the guards.
Fair enough. I can respect.
They're just like, hey, cool. The Sphinx. In fact, I think they turn around and look at the rest of him and he's like, hey, cool. It's a Sphinx.
Victor is frowning.
She's a Sphinx, if you please.
Oh, my apologies.
Can I potentially spot any way that she is restrained here, or
Make a perception check.
We are level
Yeah.
1. We can't free a Sphinx.
No. I was just thinking. However, it would be incredibly funny if we did.
God, that would be so good, wouldn't it?
This is upping the zebra game.
We release a Sphinx, Lamau.
We
You
have
never
to
know
up the
until
zebra game.
Okay, so very specifically, the reason that I am asking is Aya is trying to get a vibe on: are you here because you want to? Are you here because you want to be, or have they managed to pull some bullshit?
Perception.
19 plus whatever the fuck, so 27.
Okay. You do not see any other restraints aside from the cage itself. And again, the
Yeah.
cage does appear to have amenities in it. You know.
The cage appears to be for visitors' safety rather than her confinement.
I mean, you could probably extrapolate that it's either a damn good cage or she is choosing to be in it.
Yeah.
That's what you get.
Yep, fair enough. Aya is putting bets on the ladder because, let's be honest.
This is a Sphinx and in a circus, and this circus does not seem like, what we would say as a highly competent.
Victor is just sort of somewhere in the middle. Gonna say an infernal, just. You wouldn't happen to speak my mother's tongue, would you?
I need to check the languages for the Sphinx. She does not seem to comprehend what you said.
Again, there's kind of the frown.
Is there anything else anybody would like to say to the Sphinx?
Not exactly. Just want to know if it was here.
I think all Aya has for her is a bit of another bow with sort of the fan very slightly, not fully open, but very slightly furled. Just a bit of a thank you for letting us make your acquaintance.
Soot will take off the hat in response to that. That's polite to do. And then just like a very slight, like, little bit of the like, bend of the shoulders and neck, not a full bow or anything. He's just doing like a little, like, nice to meet you sort of situation, but he doesn't say anything.
Yeah.
And then puts the hat back on.
Yep.
If it seems like people are starting to head out, she just sort of idly calls out, make sure you come to see the show.
Doesn't seem like she's stoked, is it?
It seems like she has said this in pretty much the same tone she has said everything. She doesn't seem that interested by it.
Alright. Makes sense.
Fern is gonna be the last one out on purpose.
Okay.
Sort of as they leave, Cal does a little half bow. Pleasure to meet you, my lady.
Well met.
Fern is going to be the last one in there. And they are going to smile and say, "Safe travels."
Well,
And they will tilt their head and head out.
she nods. And as you head out, the guards on the outside pull the curtains closed again. And one of them says, "All right. Anybody else for the Sphinx before she goes away again? Then your last chance to see her today will be at the big top performance this evening." And a few other people decide to, go and check her out in the tent. Is there anything else specific you guys would like to do before the evening's performance, if indeed you would like to see the evening's performance, although it is free to you?
I mean, a couple of us did have prize tokens we could redeem.
You did. So we're gonna redeem those on a session when I've prepared the prize chart. And not this session, because I did forget that I needed to do that this week. So the prize token, you guys get your funny little carnival prizes. At least one person has a stuffed animal. At least one person has a funny little hat.
I buy a hat for my hat.
You have a hat for your hat now.
I put it under my hat.
A little trinket, sort of fake costume jewelry, things like that are easily obtained at the prize thing, but I don't have specifics for you at the moment, I'm afraid. Anything else?
Not on my eye. Actually, I is going to want to have a little bit of a poke around for sort of anywhere else something might have gone wrong. She's gonna be nice and polite, but she's sort of looking at how the carnival workers are interacting and sort of where are they showing a bit more caution.
Okay.
Where are they showing a bit more caution, and where are they trying to be like pointedly on the fucking ball?
All right, make a sense motive. Sorry, I feel like this session has been all perception and sense motive. I'm sorry.
We're just out here sensing things.
You're sensing things and perceiving them. I'm very sorry. Make a sense motive check.
It's okay. 15 plus 6.
21?
421.
Okay, so you notice it's not that it's particular areas of the circus where the workers seem concerned. It's not particular areas. It is Poncho's in your room because he's been a very, very bad boy. So he's been trying. He knocked over the fish food all over the floor, and he was tearing and like jumping up on the cabinet. Like I thought he was gonna hurt himself because of how like ferociously he was clinging, trying to get into the food box. So I put him in. Yeah. So he's having not a good time. But he's yeah. So where was I? I was It's okay. There's fish food on the floor. I got rid of most of it, but there's some on the floor. Um,
Not particular areas, but people.
no particular areas. Thank you so much, because I had lost that entirely. No particular areas, but when certain people seem to pass by, it's very much as much as the wealthier looking carnival goers will say, seem wary of, you know, these are all scams, they're just trying to steal our coin, watch your purses type folk, who have probably been dragged there by their children or by more rambunctious friends who seem very distrustworthy of the carnival workers. For every bit that they are distrustworthy of the workers are distrustful of them. So
But shit happens to someone who's rich and you get your fucking shit kicked in.
it's a very careful demeanor that they all seem to have whenever somebody who looks
Yeah.
visibly wealthy comes through. But yes. Anything else?
Oh my god, Mochi, I forgot you were in this fucking room. No, come here.
I mean, I had been very specifically looking for areas that seem like they have had other issues. That's actually what I was.
There's no evidence of physically things going wrong. That's why I had you do sense motive instead of perception.
Okay, yeah, I just wanted to clarify that we hadn't accidentally gotten derailed from the.
No, I understood what you meant. But there is
Yeah.
nothing really in that sense.
Yeah.
So I wanted to give you something.
If
Yeah, so I think we just kind of futz around and
we're not doing any.
I think I might do some more of the games just out of these are fun enough and these are a way to kill time before.
Fair enough.
Yeah, if we're not doing any like actual investigating or poking around, Hal's gonna go back to flirting with them.
With Matthew?
Yeah.
Excuse me.
All right.
They sort
He
of just
seems ready and willing to flirt whenever he has a spare moment from his game. And indeed, he starts kind of when people come up in the middle of your conversation, he sort of hypes you up as the reigning king of the carnival, and sort of makes a game of it that way. But
Cal will occasionally flex on command.
Excellent.
Showing off their muscles as well as they can. They're not. I've said this before. They're not bodybuilder built, but they are solid in that they have worked. They look like they have worked hard labor for most of their life.
Mm-hmm.
So if anyone comes by, Cal is very definitively showing off and flirting with Narthi.
Good.
Excellent.
If nobody has anything, we are going to skip ahead to the big top, which will be the truncated version of the big top for reasons I established earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
All right. You do get your free admission. Almara, who is welcoming people into the tent, does make sure of that, and she does seem a little less stressed now that it's later in the day. She does sort of very definitively offer each of you a thank you, and as she welcomes you into the tent. The performance itself, it is jam-packed in there. The performance itself is various feats of strength, of dance, of acrobatics, of fire breathing and sword swallowing. And the grandest act of them all is at the end of the evening's performance, when Sherazana is brought out with a large manacle around her neck and a chain being dragged by a gentleman who you had not seen previously, and surrounded by the 4 guards from the tent from earlier. And they do a very typical, lion tamer, the handler is trying to antagonize the Sphinx. And ultimately, it winds up with the handler's grip on the chain being lost, and Jerizana breaking free, pushing past the guards, and making a circuit around the room, terrorizing the various circus goers before her chain is caught again and she is subdued.
Does she look bored? Like the same bland expression she's kept, or is she also
This one, it
playing
seems
into
theatrical. It could not more clearly to those who are sort of outside looking in terms of the circus magic. It could not more clearly be that she is part of this act and she is in it for the dramatics. It is very obvious.
She has helped to script this damn thing.
Very, very obvious. The breakout is scripted. Her terrorizing the audience is for her own fun, and her getting caught at the end is for convenience more than anything else.
Right. It's an act, and she's having fun with it.
It's an act, and she is having very much fun with it, and she does seem to take some vindictive pleasure in scaring some audience members. And that is that. Apologies for the lack of fun, fluffy description. I wasn't going to read the whole thing, and most of it was very racist. So, with
Fair
that,
enough.
that is your evening, and you are welcome to return back to your hotel room, or your in-room, rather.
We go to a hotel.
You go to a new hotel that suddenly exists.
We go to a new hotel. Hopefully this one has more rooms.
It does not have more rooms, and you are still roommates by necessity.
I'm actually surprised nothing happened to wreck the fucking Big Top show.
No, nothing happened to wreck the Big Top show. How strange.
I set the Big Top on fire. Me.
No.
Myself. I manifest in the
It's
game and
almost
set the
as
Big
if-
Top on fire.
So has the Big Top show ended now with the Sphinx and the whole?
Yeah, the Sphinx, the Sphinx's sort of dramatic escape and then recapturing is sort of the signal for the show to end.
It's the finale.
Yeah.
It is the grand
doesn't
finale.
Look quite convinced this is the end, but he's gonna go along with it.
It is
He's looking around. He's wondering if something else is gonna happen now that this is over.
The circus goers all seem to accept this as the end of the show, with great fanfare and applause. And the circus people seem to be wrapping up the show. And sort of slowly beginning as people sift out to, what's the word? Corral them and wish them safe travels and a wonderful night, and won't they come back again? You know, the usual stuff.
Yeah.
Is Narthia around?
He is, yes.
Cal will stop by.
All right. He seems happy to see you. Did you enjoy the show?
Of course, darling. It was entertaining.
I'm so glad. I'm sure you enjoyed my performance the best.
You were very impressive.
Thank you, I know. Perhaps not as impressive as yourself, but what can I say?
Well,
I try my best.
I certainly couldn't have done the feats of strength that you did. I'm not as practiced as you.
Well, join the circus. Maybe we'll make a performer out of you yet.
Well, it's a tempting offer. I have my own obligations.
They always do. What a shame. Now, do these obligations begin immediately, or do you have a little time to
I have the night free.
waste? Wonderful.
I have the night free.
Excellent. I didn't actually plan for one of you guys to fuck a carny, so this is a little bit off track.
Welcome to playing with me.
Nonetheless, he seems very amenable to any suggestions you might make for how you might spend the evening. That is how we will phrase that. And it is up to you whether you return to the inn or whether you. There's not a ton of space in the circus tent, but he seems more than willing to share his bedroll with you if that is what you would like for the night. But you do have a bed in the inn.
Unfortunately, the bed in the inn I'm sharing with someone, so...
You are also sharing someone, but it is a bed. That is the difference.
Unfortunately, if that even comes up, like, you start bringing him over, Victor's like, no.
Absolutely not.
Cal has more class than that.
You don't fuck someone in your other shared bed with someone else. That's a bit much. That's like doing it in your roommate's bed. You don't do that.
After the fact, but you know.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Hey, I had sex with this carnival worker. Can I bring him to our inn so we can sleep in a bed? yeah, I already have a bedmate, but
you can just sleep on the floor with soot.
God.
I'm sure the bed's big enough for 3.
God.
No.
Absolutely not.
Cal will stay at the circus and come back early in the morning.
Okay. So it is as you are leaving the circus that you notice it is very early. You're used to a fisherman's schedule. You are up before the sun, and it's very, very quiet this morning, and the vibes are bad. That's all you really notice. Just you don't like the vibes. I'm telling you, you're getting a vibe check and it failed. All right.
As we're leaving the carnival, or is this just?
No, this is the next morning. The night you left the carnival, and actually, is there anything you guys would like to do when you're back at your inn room? The other 5 of you, 4 of you, however many of you.
So just listens as he is to do a little bit to himself, and then heads to bed. Nightly routine.
If it's early enough and Aya's able to, she's willing to dance for a bit for.
Nice.
If it's so early enough in the evening that she can hopefully make enough.
I mean,
in either drinks or coin.
You can certainly get some drinks. People are less willing to give up coin at an inn in the evening.
Fair enough.
After the circus all day, and most of the inn-goers are here from the circus, like having been to the circus.
Some drinks and possibly some food, and she's also just. It's also just a bit of not quite routine, but it's kind of.
Yeah, it's just what she does.
Yeah. The first night there was a fuck off storm, but she's kind of made a habit of when she goes through a new town, trying to do at least one night.
Yeah.
Victor will eat dinner down in the tavern and watch Aya, and when Aya finishes the routine, you get the very much like gentle, like fingers against one palm clap. Yeah.
The dickwad clap?
A little bit, yeah.
The little golf clap.
Do you want me to roll that perform check,
yeah,
or should we just
roll a performance check? Yeah.
So it's just kind of chilling in the room and like seems a little uneasy, unrested, but probably eventually goes to bed once it's time.
15 on the dice plus 9, so 24.
24. You dance beautifully.
Yeah. Where's the best spot to people watch?
Probably down in the in room.
Definitely.
Because it is definitely crowded. I would do it, and I can put you guys in the bar, actually.
Because
over in the corner at the bar itself, maybe like here, gives you a great view of the whole tavern.
awesome. Anyone stick out to me?
Make a perception check. Every time I say make a perception or sense motive check, I do feel bad.
It's okay.
You're fine.
19.
19. All right. You see a little boy who is dressed similarly to several members from the circus, who doesn't really seem to have been noticed by many other people. But he has gone around, sticky fingers, maybe coming away with a few more pennies or other trinkets than he had. He looks like he's a human boy, maybe 10, but he's he's just having a fun little time. He's just picking a couple pockets. He's never hurt anyone.
Not of any of my lovely party members.
Well, it depends what's everybody's passive perceptions.
What? Yeah, what is everyone's passive perceptions?
Drop the passive perceptions in chat.
Soot's in the room, does that matter?
And yes, yeah, I don't need it. The thing is, I already know the obvious target amongst the party. And it is Victor.
Her sense motive and her passive perception isn't very good because I don't have that feat yet.
Oh.
You don't have that feat yet. However, tell me your passive perception and I will
10.
Judge. 10. Okay.
Now, to be fair, the way Victor is,
I know, that's why I'm keeping that in mind. However, because the kid did roll very well. If a little kid shuffles past you and you don't think much of it, your friend, the little kid shuffled past Victor and you do think much of it.
What'd they take?
Probably just a little something from a coin purse. Still nothing egregious or irreplaceable, but definitely did take something. Nothing big, certainly.
Do I know how much?
You don't, but I'm just seeing how much money Victor has. It probably wasn't anything in gold. It was probably silver.
Okay.
Because you caught a little flash of silver in their hand and nothing.
Okay.
Parker, I'm stealing the silver from your sheet. Sorry. You are dressed super posh and this kid does want to steal.
Valid.
How long does it take me to notice?
If you go to pay for a drink or any kind of food for the evening and you go and you will notice. As soon as you check your coin purse, you notice because it was the silver that you had in there and you definitely had silver in there. And it's gone.
I'm gonna roll something.
Is Victor near Fern? When
let's say Victor is at the table from the morning and just for convenience sake.
Oh, okay, because wait, what's on my sheet? Hold on. Where's gold? Where's my money? I forget where I put that. I don't have it on here.
Is it in the additional?
No, wait, P. PK,
Yeah.
how much? I took the like average of the money, right?
Yeah.
And then I bought the fucking. How much was that? Hold on. Uh, so when Victor orders, has the kid left the bar?
No. The kid has just moved to the other side. The kid looks like he's having a great time and is maybe a little too young to know to quit when he's ahead.
Can I wander over to him?
Yeah, go for it.
Claire is at the bar. She has ordered her food, but she has also spilled what's probably about 20 gold worth on the counter and is counting it over
Oh
again.
God. Okay. So Fern goes up to the kid when he is not in an like interaction with somebody,
Mm-hmm.
and says, "Hey, can I talk to you for just 1 sec? 1 sec."
Yes, sir. Yes.
Fern presses a gold into his hand and says, if take this and leave, and I won't tell anyone I saw. Got it?"
Yes, sir.
All right, and then Fern goes back to where he was sitting at the bar,
All right.
where Victor is counting out
I
coins.
was
I
going to say,
presume.
would that be close to where Victor is obsessively counting 20 gold coins?
Is it?
Probably, yeah. Because if Victor's
Somebody
sitting at this table, she would have just come up to like this part of the bar.
Yep.
Um. Sorry, I have to do math for a second, and it is like destroying my brain. So ah um how many silver did Victor counting? Like how
Victor's
many's
counting
missing?
no silver, but is missing 5 silver.
Victor is missing. Your Victor may actually wait. Victor may not like this. If I do this.
Exactly more like this.
No. Okay. Not. I'm not doing it. I'm just gonna sit down. I'm not doing anything.
Okay.
You watch Victor count this pile of money probably about 2 more times, and then you watch her hands sort of curl against the bar top. And there's an inhale and an exhale, and she counts it all one more time as she puts it piece by piece back into her coin purse.
Mm-hmm.
And now there are fingers tapping against the bar, and her eyes are sort of over the bar and the tavern.
You all right? Missing something?
Yes, actually. Just a couple of coin, but I was pretty sure I had them earlier.
Are those like? Do you need those? Cause I can give you some if it's money you need. I'm not worried too much myself, so.
I ain't worried much about the silver itself.
What it represents, right?
He looks at you.
What?
And there is just this piercing look for a second.
Fern smiles.
The tapping on the bar gets a little louder.
You don't
The
know shit.
clowns! They came!
Yeah, the clown.
Clowns walk into the bar.
Two clowns walk into the bar.
No clowns. 0 clowns walk into the bar.
I sit down to have a nice meal.
You know what, Fern?
Yeah.
Just forget about it, would you? It's just a
Of
couple of
course.
silver.
Yeah, just a couple of silver. You know.
Her tail twitches.
Fern. Hold on. You know, I don't know. I'm not the kind of person who likes people to get in trouble.
Ignore that.
And so and with this, Fern kind of casts a glance at the crowded bar. Says, and kind of lowers their voice and says, no one else, if I listen, I'm keeping an eye out. No one else is going to be taking things, trust me.
Laughing stops and she looks at you. First out of the corner of her eye, and then she turns full, like, to look at you.
Mm-hmm.
And her eyes kind of narrow at you.
I have 5 silver if you'd like 5 silver.
Can I roll a sense motive on this person?
You absolutely may roll a sense motive on this person.
Do I have to roll anything?
Well, you're not trying to deceive her.
No,
That
I'm
is-
being genuine as fuck.
Make it your friend check, why don't you?
Okay. Please.
That's a 19
dice.
on the dice for a 23.
That's a 6. That's a 16 on the dice for a 25.
Okay, so Victor, for a second, that seems very genuine and reassuring. It is up to you how your interpretation goes forward from this point.
It's a moment for a second where her expression almost kind of relaxes. And then it sharpens again.
I do not miss that, do I?
No. And her tail is... It's not quite thrashing, but it's a little agitated.
Does Victor respond to the question of, do you want 5 silver?
She almost kind of... It's almost like she's turning the question over in her head. And all of the possible responses she could have. No, Fern, I'm not really interested in the silver.
Alright. For it is nothing else to say. They
Alright.
just smile. They are drinking a non-alcoholic beverage.
You are
Probably.
drinking apple cider.
Hell yeah.
Wait, it is the springtime. You are not drinking apple cider.
What am
You
I
are
drinking?
drinking a tall glass of frothy milk.
No, I'm not. Fern does not drink milk. So sorry. Vetoing.
Well, then I guess you're drinking water.
Yeah. I am drinking water. They don't
Can I
have
get
juice.
my dinner,
Fuck.
please?
You can
Yeah.
get your dinner.
Yeah.
She's
Sorry,
going-
Victor.
She's going to get her dinner, and she sort of turns and she starts to head upstairs, and there's just a moment where she hits the bottom of the stairs and she looks over her shoulder at you this time.
Yeah.
And then she storms upstairs. Not really storms, but very like, I am going upstairs now. Do not fucking talk to me.
Yeah. Oh, not planning on it.
Oh boy.
Why do we keep doing this, Parker?
They are everything, both of them. God. This is it's like a car crash.
Yeah.
I love it.
Oh, God.
Is there anything else people would like to do before the evening comes to a close?
No, I don't think so.
All right. Everyone good?
Yep.
All right. So we return to early the next morning, up before the sun, when Cal is hurrying home or back to the inn from their lovely night. And it was lovely, however you chose to spend it. Um, it the vibes are bad, but mostly just in a I kind of don't want to have to go back to the inn and then figure out what I'm doing next, because figuring out what I'm doing next is stressful, sort of a way. Not in a, the world is ending kind of way.
Mm.
You get back to the inn, you can catch a few more hours of sleep. Most people probably are still asleep, although you all are welcome to wake up when Cal returns. But
Do Pathfinder elves do the same weird shit D&D elves do, where they like meditate for 4 hours instead?
yes, but you can do whatever you want because you're your friend.
Um,
You can either sleep normally or meditate.
I will
You know,
sleep normally. Yeah, sorry.
Victor sleeps lightly enough that would wake up when Calendar.
Victor would wake up.
Cal
I
is
feel like
also not. Cal is also not like being particularly stealthy because they're not a particularly stealthy dude.
You walk into the room, and Victor, who has slept wrapped up in a blanket cocoon, um, uh, like opens her eyes and watches you walk in. And as you get settled in, the woman dressed in full Calistria colors just goes, "Have fun."
It was lovely, thank you. That's all they say.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Nice.
nice. Woman, known follower of goddess of sluttiness is like, have a good time. Known one night stand haver, Calliope Jones. Mm-hmm. So, as you all ultimately wake up for the morning, get settled in to your regular clothes, go downstairs. Anything you need to do before breakfast?
Don't
Hearing
think
none.
so.
Hearing none. As you make your way downstairs, you see. I put you on this page for literally 45 seconds and you're going back. God bless. As you go downstairs, you see, waiting sort of anxiously at the bar in sort of hushed conversation with the bartender, Narthi is there. And Cal, you'd just seen him a few hours ago, but he seems very distressed. And as you come down, he looks up at you and he says, "Could all of you? I'm so sorry for the intrusion. Would you please come with me?"
You wait
Of course.
5 seconds for me to throw some toast in my gullet.
It's generous enough of you to agree, so yes.
What's going on?
Mr. Leeson is requesting your presence. There's been we just there's been an incident, and she thinks having a third party might be beneficial. And
Full private is then. Full private is then.
yes, very much so. And he's very, very cautious, looking around him at anybody who might be in the bar, looking over at the bartender. He looks
You're gonna attract more attention the more anxious you are. Sit down, get yourself a cup of water.
Don't want a cup of water. I would like to go back to the carnival.
I said sit down, get yourself a cup of water.
Yeah, sit down, really. It's gonna be no help in this kind of situation if you're stressed. Collect yourself and it'll help.
I understand you want to rush, but... Oh god, I went southern! No! You guys got me! Fuck!
He sits down as Soot turns southern inexplicably.
It's because I'm tired.
Can I get a quick vibe check on, like, is this someone got fucking murdered? Is this...
Yes. I'm not even gonna
Yes,
make
someone
you
got fucking
roll
murdered?
for it because the DC is low. This man is panicked in a someone's fucking dead way.
Cal will sidle over,
Mhm.
sit down next to him.
Hello, dear.
Hey, darling.
Hello. Sorry about this. You know, I'm not normally one to come rushing back, but extenuating circumstances, you get it.
Of course.
Here has ordered a breakfast with a bit of an extra tip for soon as possible.
Yeah. And the bartender seems to tell, there's something's going on. Just give the man the breakfast. Like, get everybody their breakfast, and let's just have that not be dealt with in my dining room.
Victor prays over breakfast, and while she is not, like, horfing it down, she's also not eating with the same, like, pensive slowness you're used to with her. She also does not eat much.
Yeah.
Soot inhales his food at an ungodly speed.
Nice.
I think Aya honestly just grabs, like, if there's bacon, eggs, and something she can wrap it in, just grabs it and
Yeah.
is going to put aside her general dislike of bread to be able to have something that she can eat while walking.
Need a vessel for the food.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, Soot's very much similar way. He just eat very fast.
Yeah. Only other thing Aya's gonna do is just the very quick check to make sure she's got both fans in case things are going to go to shit.
Yep.
Well, go to shit in the we're going to need to fight sense.
Yep.
Soot's just nodding to himself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Cal's just making real casual, like, conversation with Narthi, like, you know, trying to just keep him calm and collected as much as possible.
And he does seem more collected when he's able to sort of get into a comfort zone of conversation, which he is. But he's still got a sense of underlying urgency.
Mm-hmm.
And as you all finish breakfast, he is absolutely the first one to leap up from his seat and say, "Shall we then, dear friends?"
Soot's up and ready to go.
Appreciate your patience. We wouldn't be much good to you on an empty stomach.
Well, I appreciate your willingness to assist. Shall we? Out the door.
Aya's gonna very quickly pop upstairs to go fill Skylar in, just so that...
No, Skylar's downstairs with you guys because
Okay.
I've decided that they are because I don't want to deal with all that. So they're with you.
Hello.
Skylar is here.
Okay.
The other one is not here. Wex is not here. But you all head back to the circus. And as you are, bless you, as you are walking through, people are, it's mid-morning. People are clustered sort of on the street in little pockets of gossiping groups, and they are all whispering and muttering and looking shocked and horrified as you pass. And some people who just seem to be going about their day will like look over, see people are talking, looking concerned, walk over, and then immediately assume that same expression of shock and concern and alarm. So clearly, word is getting out about something.
Can I get a vibe on what the sort of word is?
Yes, I'm not going to make you roll a perception check for it. You hear somebody say very distinctly and very clearly, Archivin Walder was found dead after the circus last night, torn apart like some wild animal. And then somebody else says, like that fucking Sphinx is what it is. And everything you hear is of a very similar tone. There's been a murder. They were torn apart like an animal.
Can you throw the name in chat, please?
Yes.
Yes, please. And who it is? Like, why this person is relevant?
You don't know this person. You're not a local.
Okay. Fair enough.
Probably one of the wealthy people that were at the show.
If anybody would like to make a knowledge local check, they may.
I would love to. Thank you.
I'd like to.
I will attempt one with Aya, and I will justify it because of
I'm gonna try.
Yeah, I think
Gotcha.
I'll try also. Just for shits and
15.
giggles. Soot's gotta know where he's traveling every once in a while.
Drop the numbers in chat, please.
Ooh. Actually, that's not as good as I thought it was. That's okay. That's just a 15.
Fucking Victor.
Victor's
Victor has a very niche skill set.
Victor's knowledge skills are stacked. Your friends Soot and Victor all would know that Archivin Walder is sort of the local pawnbroker, the local moneylender, and proprietor of an establishment called the Locked Box, which is effectively a pawn shop. But that is what you know about this man. And as you arrive at the circus, you see that the carnival has not yet opened for the day's business. It's all very hushed and quiet. What few people are about are not in a carnival sort of a mood. Almara is waiting beside a large private wagon with sort of an adjoining canopy, and there are chairs arranged around a campfire. And she says, "Hello, thank you for coming on such short notice."
Of course. You have need of us?
Yes. Well, I appreciate your efforts yesterday in the regrettable incident with our dragon. I fear I could use your help with another matter. You may have heard that there was a murder in town last night. The circumstances, I'm told, implicate people from my circus, which is something I find very hard to accept. And I would like to contract you, all of you, to represent the Umbra Carnival to determine who is really responsible, get answers, and make sure justice is served and preserve our reputation.
Of course.
Can I sense motive her?
Go for
Particularly
it.
on the, like, I couldn't believe, like, I can't believe someone would, like, associate this with us.
This is a
That's not a
comment that
12.
I cannot make because we don't currently have, because Jamie isn't here, but understand that Aya is very strongly thinking, well, we certainly have a self-declared greatest detective.
We do have the world's preeminent gentleman detective, thank goodness.
But I can't say it without.
I'm sure Skylar does say something to that effect.
Yeah.
That's a 12?
12 on your sense motive? Yeah, okay. She looks like whatever acute accusations have been made towards her people or whatever implications have been made towards her people, she doesn't believe one word of it. She is very steadfast and determined, it seems.
Soot doesn't seem necessarily sold right now.
Upon seeing that you look a little hesitant, she says, I'm of course not just asking for your assistance for free. I am willing to offer 600 gold pieces to the lot of you in exchange for this service.
For the first time since all of you have met Cal, they look disconcerted.
That's
Yeah.
a suspiciously large amount of money. Fern does not say this. I'm saying this
Yeah.
out of character.
To be
That's
fair, if the Sphinx is the one currently being blamed, then they have a really vested interest in.
Yeah,
that's true.
that is their moneymaker.
Particularly since she seems to be there willingly. This potentially fucks that completely.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
Yeah, it's an investment in future future profit, because if their moneymaker gets arrested and or executed,
that fucked.
Yeah, this seems to be what they've built their circus around as the main attraction.
Yeah, so this is a desperation investment in not completely crippling their circus.
Yeah.
Well, and how much was it to get into the, we didn't pay, but how much did they say it was to get into the big top show?
Like 5 copper, I think.
It might have been a silver for the big top because I think copper was for the zoo. Whatever it was.
Fair enough.
The big top was the priciest attraction by far.
Yeah. I think
this is a lot of money that they have cobbled together that they are putting on the line for this.
Yeah. Yeah, this is probably what they've made while they were here.
If not more.
Yeah. Well, I of course am willing to offer what assistance I can.
She looks at the rest of you.
I'm willing to offer assistance.
Can't say it's my skill set, but I'll do my best.
She looks at, I'm sure Skylar will jump on the opportunity. So she looks at your friend and Victor.
Quite sympathetic to your plight.
Oh, gamers, my mouse died.
Trying to help.
For the sound.
Did Fern agree or disagree?
Agree. Yeah.
Agree. Okay, sorry. I didn't hear it.
Sorry.
You're good.
Fern is going with the group.
Okay.
Well, I suppose you should tell us what you know.
Yes. It's the sheriff, Sheriff Feldane. I don't believe she is an unjust woman. But she seems to have taken the situation at face value, and a man was murdered, and they believe it was Sherazana, and I say it was not. And
How long do we have to prove?
I don't know. The sheriff is
Okay.
concerned with keeping the peace more than finding the guilty. And my people are not her people. They are not her first concern. But I think a third-party investigation will lend some credence rather than us circus folk defending ourselves that we're already not liked in this town. And this isn't just about lost revenue or personal reputation or Sherazana even really. This is we need to buy provisions in every town we visit, and if we can't get supplies, we need to move on, and we don't have much time to do so. And it's
survival.
Yes, it is survival, and I intend to survive. But I the sheriff, maybe if you speak to her, I will give you a letter declaring that you are my chosen representatives for the circus, and explain and see what you can get from her. They were not keen to let any of us circus folk actively participate in the investigation despite their accusations. So
Right.
it is.
Do you think they'll actually listen to us? Considering you're kind of hiring us.
I think you can be persuasive people from what I've seen. And I think you are not. Please understand, I mean this is a compliment. You could not more clearly not be one of us. All of you. You are not. She sort of gestures to herself and to Narthi and then to all of you. I'm not sure what you are precisely, but it is not who we are. And that, I think, is the key point.
At the very least, some of us are very good at playing respectable. There's kind of a side look to Victor and Skylar. And there might be enough in that to earn us.
It is at this time as well that Skylar would probably note that they and Wes had previously actually spoken to the sheriff in the town. They are here on a job after all. And so they already have some degree of relationship with the sheriff, which is very convenient.
Yeah. Can I ask, just for our sake of, do you know where this happened? The murder.
I need to look up the name of the thing again.
Shh.
Sorry.
Okay. All good.
Gotta make sure you got the pieces. It's alright. I'm getting sleepy though.
Yeah, it's gonna be done in just a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're getting our hook and then we're...
Yep. I figured. I'm fading fast. My voice is doing the gravelly thing, so.
He was, Amara will say, he was found in the bushes outside, on the back to his home, apparently mauled gruesomely, outside the locked box, which I believe was his place of employment or work, but it was not Sherazana.
You are sure?
I could not be more sure.
Why's that?
I would trust her with my life. You're no fools, surely you know. A bunch of circus people don't imprison a sphinx.
No, she's here by choice. She's here because whatever she gets out of it is worth the.
Exactly, you're not fools. She is here because she wishes to travel, not because we have kept her imprisoned. She is not a cruel person. She is not a monster.
She's an explorer. She's for the
Yes,
experiences.
exactly. And she could not have killed this man, I swear. I swear it.
All
I
right.
respect
Okay.
that I respect that you trust her. Does she have an alibi? This is not a judgment on her. This is a what information do we have that will be as most persuasive to the sheriff? Do you understand?
I do understand I'm not an idiot. It is the matter of we told the sheriff that the sheriff, as far as she can, is, as far as Jerzana, the sheriff believes that Jerzana is imprisoned and remains in her cage at every hour when she is not performing. She does not. Obviously, she does not. So it is
And the
difficult to. Yes, as far as the sheriff is concerned, her alibi is that she was in the cage.
And the sheriff didn't take that at proof
No,
enough.
and
because
the only people who.
apparently the word of a card, the word of a liar. No.
Yeah, that was
Because we
about
are
to.
all liars and thieves. We do not come here to bring joy to their pathetic lives. No, we come here to rob, of course.
There are easier people to rob. Okay.
There are also,
Understandable.
frankly, easier. No, but
Easy.
there are easier occupations than this.
Mm.
We do not do this because it is easy. We do this because it is our life. And like you said, we are here to survive, and I intend to survive.
No, I understand.
If you will agree to go to the sheriff and at least see exactly what she believes to have occurred, because I still do not exactly know that, then perhaps we can move forward.
I'm sure that we can put our collective efforts into this and
Again, I am inclined to help you. And again, this is not a judgment on you or disbelief, but at some point, I would like to know the unofficial whereabouts of everybody last night.
We can get to that once we know what the sheriff believes. I haven't spoken to her myself this morning.
Understandable. I am just letting you
Can
know.
we ask who did?
Um, I don't believe you met her. But the the woman who portrays Madame Mask spoke to her. I don't believe you spoke to her yesterday.
No.
Madame Mask, she does not speak when she is performing.
Understandable.
Mm.
Okay.
She's very quiet and has been greatly upset by this. But I am going to talk to my people if you will go talk to the sheriff.
I could do that for you.
I very much appreciate it. And again, you will be compensated for it.
We will do what we can.
Much appreciated.
One survivor to another. We'll do what we can.
Thank you. She stands up. She gestures and points you in the direction of the town jail if you do not know where it is, and that is where we're going to call it for the evening. That ran a little longer than I was expecting, but I hope you guys had fun.
Yeah.
Yes.
It has been a fun and good time.
Sorry for terrorizing Victor 2 sessions in a row. Is that going to happen every time?
I can't
Parker,
say anything about it.
Parker, is that going to happen every time?
I can't say anything about it.
I can't either.
Sorry for going and sleeping with the carny.
No, it was good actually. It means that you have a more personal vested interest in the situation.
Yeah, Cal would like to help.
It was funny, and that character is not really one who is typically fleshed out, so I'm glad I get a chance to play a slutty carnival man.
Look, Cal likes dudes with muscles.
Good.
Yeah.
Cal likes anyone with muscles.
As Cal should.
I do love your friend. I will say, Doctor.
Yeah.
It is there are things going on with Victor.
I love Victor so much, and I'm so sorry. We knew this would happen.
Yeah, it kind of feels like, and this isn't a dig, this is just, it feels like Parker and Nocturne will inevitably end up at cross purposes.
Yeah.
Like, any game you two play in, there will be.
We will hate each other.
There's so
Yeah,
many.
it doesn't necessarily hate each other, but there will be some cross purposes and some
Interesting
tension.
dynamics, yes.
yeah.
Okay. I do need to head
Which
off
is not,
then.
again, not a bad thing, just a thing.
Ren, go to sleep.
Good night. I gotta work.
Good
I
night,
need to
Ryan.
charge my
Good
mouse because it
night.
died halfway through the session. Oh, and I should stop recording.